4, 3, 2, 1. What's good, Council of Comics? We're doing Andor, episode 9.
9 times.
Let's go.
Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845. Bro.
So,
So,
kind of a big episode again.
Very
This
big
show
episode.
just keeps building. I
Yeah.
keep telling people, like, get through the first 3 because it is a little slow at the beginning. But once you're in it, the little nuggets they give you every week, go, oh, more.
yeah.
So,
Best written Star Wars show to this date, in my opinion.
It's hard to argue.
Best written show.
I mean, the conversations are far and above better than... And the performances are...
Yeah,
are
I want to
equal
see some
equal to-
Oscar nominations for some of these
Yeah.
people. This is phenomenal what they're doing here. So, it starts off with one of the white coats. They're torturing Bix.
Well, they don't torture her right away.
Okay.
Because they talk to her and she says basically, like, we know that we know that you know Andor. When was the last time you talked to him?
Right.
And don't bore me. Because
Yeah, she had that little
go well for you.
Little, talking mean and all that. Then they bring in this guy.
It's dark.
This is the darkest moment. In my opinion, one of the darkest moments in Star Wars.
I mean, before this, the worst torture scene I think we see is the one in episode 4, but you don't see it. You just hear Han screaming in the background.
Yeah, so the Empire has come up with a way to record the death screams of children.
Well, you find out
Basically.
that they use children after
Yeah,
the
they
fact,
use
but it's not just...
out of all the screams.
Right,
they pulled out the children's screams, and they've morphed them into a way that they listen to them, and it will slowly drive them insane.
Well, and they said too that the originally when they were killing all those people, that the 3 or 4 guards that were in the room just watching them die had been in there too long, and they freaked out. That's how they knew that it was something to use.
Yeah.
And then they made, obviously made it worse.
Star Wars went straight horror movie, and then she shows her little emotion with her face. You don't hear anything.
I think that makes it scarier.
Yeah, but you see her emotion, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And then we go to Mon Mothma, correct?
I think we go to the prison first.
We go to see Andor in the prison.
Right.
And Andor.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, they've been there for a while, and Andor keeps asking questions.
And they're watching the elevator go up and down, and they realize that anything that the guards walk on, that you can't get zapped.
Yeah, and you come to find out he's already got one of the other guys in there. On his same page, and they're trying to figure out a way to escape. Mm-hmm. So they're talking and all this stuff, and he keeps asking Andy Serkis, how many guards are on each level? And Andy's like, I don't want nothing to do with blah, blah, blah. Right. And Andor's making the point that they don't care. If you remember from the beginning episodes when he was like, they're just getting fat off of their own thing and this and that. He's like, they don't even care we're in here. And that's the name of the episode. He's like, nobody's listening. Yeah. And he literally screams that. And the thing, he's like, why won't you tell me? Nobody's listening. They don't care.
They don't think we can do anything, so they really don't care about us at all.
Yeah.
We're cheaper than droids and just as reliable.
Exactly. And a little side note, the old guy that's with them, he's breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
He's breaking down, and Andor's like taking up his slack, but you can see that he's breaking down.
Yeah.
Then we do Mon Mothma.
Well, hold on. Did you notice when I don't know if it's the first scene we see him or right after that, when they're doing their little transition back to the bunks, you see him putting something back in the wall.
Andor's trying to cut some kind of wire.
Yeah, I didn't catch what that was, but okay.
Yeah, he's trying to cut some kind of wire inside his cell.
Which I think is going to be big this week.
Yeah. So Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
She goes to the guy, like, raises up the money. He's like...
he's like, I found somebody, and they are looking at all of your records, and there is a pretty big gap here. And the easiest way to explain that is just to put a big deposit in. And she's like, well, I don't have it. He's like, well, I think I got somebody. And she's like, well, who? And then he tells her, and she's like, yeah, he's a gangster. He's a loan shark. He's not a friend of ours. He's like, well, we don't have a lot of choice.
Yeah, so she's kind of against it a little bit, but she realizes she doesn't really have a choice.
But the big reveal in that scene or that setting is that you find out that the blonde chick that was in on the raid is her sister.
Yes. So the girl that was fighting with the whole rebel crew and all that, that's Mon Mothma's sister.
Right.
And she plays it very well. Plays it very well.
Yes.
Mon Mothma wants her to stay in the city for a while,
Mm-hmm.
get away from what she's doing. You know, she's like basically tells her you got to live like these people for a while.
Right.
You can't just keep coming in and out,
Right.
or else they're gonna get on you. Then it's basically Andor for the rest of the episode, isn't it?
No, because then we go back to the White Coats, and you find out that there was they caught a guy using an Imperial code.
Yes.
And it's an old one. They were almost gonna let him through, but there was something funky
It's
about
an older
it.
code.
And I think he didn't. They said he tried to run, and they couldn't figure out why he was trying to run. So they caught up with him, and then it was deciding like, well, what are we gonna do? Because this group of people are gonna notice this guy's missing pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're gonna do something, we have to do it now. So they decide that they're gonna kill him, put him back in his ship, and make it look like a mechanical accident, and then basically put his ship in the traffic line so it gets run into something.
Yeah. Conspiracy.
Right.
Government conspiracy.
And it's like they do it quick, and then the best part is the head guy. Once they decide, he kind of looks at him, and the two guys are like, "Oh, like now?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go.
Come on,
yeah.
Can we go now?"
And then we go back to Andor.
Then back to the prison for where we ended out. But okay,
it's the best scene of the whole show, actually. Really.
The old guy that was breaking down, he finally has one of his breakdowns. Mm-hmm. They call the medic to come. The medic is like, "He's done. He's gonna die. I'm gonna put him out of his misery." And they're like, no, we can save him. But they're like, no, this is better for him.
Right.
Well, instead of what's coming.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, because Circus is like, he's only got a few shifts left. Let's just get him up and around so he can get out. And the guy's like, well, what happened? Well, because
first before that, they're talking through the windows.
Well, yes. But we don't know what it is initially.
Yeah.
Other than it's on, floor 2.
Yeah. So something's happened across the way. They do hand signals, and they're like, what the heck is going on? So they finally get him. The medic comes, puts him to sleep. And they're talking to him like, what do you mean? Like, what's going to happen? He's like, you guys, you don't know.
Well, no, he says something like, he says to Circus, keep your guys under wraps, basically. Like, keep them, because,
and the medic tells him.
He's like, why would I need to do that?
That a guy
on four got released and then put back.
Put back into 2. So for them to not get in trouble or anything.
Well, because somebody caught it.
Yeah.
Like, why is he not?
So they wiped out the whole floor.
Yeah.
So they know now they're not getting out of this thing because something else happened. Because
he says to him,
words getting out or something like that, and they're wiping out the second floor because everybody knew. So they wiped out everybody they knew, and now they know that communications have been going to other floors.
Well, there's that too, but I think there's something along the lines of basically like. It doesn't matter whether you're done with your shifts.
Yeah, because he's like, I got like 100 shifts left. Or this guy's got 45 shifts left.
Right.
He can make it. And he's like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And he explains to him, like, you're not getting off this.
Yeah, that's when Andor says, none of us are getting out of it.
Yeah, he's like, none of us are getting out of it. And in the classic scene at the end, Andor goes, how many guards are on every level?
No more than 12
No more than 12 at a time. And they walk out, and it's the end of the episode.
And if we figure out how many rooms there are in each level, too?
Yeah.
Because there's what? There's 7 tables in each room, 7 guys on each table. So there's 49 guys in each room. And how many rooms on a floor?
I have to go back to because I think Circus explained it all.
I think he does.
Real quick. And we just blah, blah, blah. But this
good.
show is amazing, man. If you like...
It's dark, but it's good.
If you like... I mean, it's not a lot of action. It's just straight story beats, character... And has a purpose. It has life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I love it. Episode number 9, I give a 9 out of 10 again.
I think last episode, the episode I think was probably the best episode of the entire series so far. But 9's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Coming off of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Andor episode 9. Leave your comment below. You like this episode? You don't like this episode? What the hell y'all talking about? Whatever. Just leave it down there. Subscribe.
Not one of these. You want 2 of these.
Hit the bell button. Whatever. Hit every button on there. Share it with your friends. Share it with Steve.
Subscribe.
You know what I mean? Share it with everybody. So for myself, Green Shirt Guy, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Andor was freaking amazing. So we find out that homegirl from the heist is the cousin to Mon. So like that's amazing. And then she's like, "Go be a spoiled rich girl. Remind people that's who you are. You know, to like cool the heat. You know." In the meantime, she's got like what 40,000 credits or 400,000 credits like floating around that they can't account for. That's supposed to be part of her charity. That's hilarious. The guys on the floor are totally spooked because something's happening across the way on the second floor. Anyhow, those people were nuked, and we find out at the end of the episode it's because some dude from a different floor ended his time, and then they started him right up, which is exactly what I thought. The guys on the floor, and why did they nuke the guys on that second floor? Because it's just like we thought. This place is endless imprisonment. So great show. Love Andy Serkis as the guest star here. It's fantastic.
Nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening. And that's the name of the episode. Yeah. No one is listening.
Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845. Bro.